works.
I like it.
All right. Welcome.
This is Will Miller, and that is Rob Glanzman, and this is Willpower and Robbery. Welcome.
We've transplanted ourselves once again.
Yes, you like the look at the background.
We felt some ambiance was in order. It is rapidly approaching the holiday season, and
I think we really want to thank
plus it was just freaking cold in here, so we lit up.
It's cold in here. Plus, I think we really wanted to thank also everybody for watching this up until now.
Yeah, I mean, if you made it to this point, well, we must be about 8 or 9 in by now.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and we got a lot of great feedback, so thank you.
Talk about persistence, thank you. So, but anyway, so to actually be productive today, we were on the way over here. We actually got into a debate about covers versus originals on an album, right? And all of the pros and cons of which, and some of the things that we had to come to terms with in terms of what we did here.
Right, on my album that's coming up, I did, obviously, a dance album. So I decided I wanted to do half of the album, almost more than half of the album, covers and a few originals. And so I kind of had a little debate about whether or not you should use covers, and I think yes, I think you should definitely use covers on an album within reason. They have to first be covers you can do. You know, you shouldn't do anything that you shouldn't do anything that, like, for instance, that's insulting to the source material, shall we say? Well, yeah, that creates sacrilege. That too. At this festive time of year. And also know who to do. Like, I mean, I probably wouldn't try doing like an Aretha Franklin song. It just kind of wouldn't work. No. But within reason, I would do stuff that I think that lends to the type of music I do. Yeah. That's something where you would do the type of music that you would do. Actually, this way it sounds, how you sound doing the music, I think is good. So I stuck to doing generally pop music because I do pop, very light R&B, best. Yeah. So it's also what you listen to, right? And what you I don't know, is that necessarily true even? I do listen to it. And so also I think I wanted to get a little adventurous because as a singer I kind of want to show off your chops, like how good you are. Sure. That's how good you might feel you are. But it's also when you're doing an album where obviously we did this to be a dance album, we did it to showcase you. We want to make sure that we're accomplishing that goal, but also not insulting anybody by redoing somebody's songs, even if they're 30 years old. Which, damn, we're not old, but okay, but But true, but I think for me I did the covers for a couple of reasons. One, because I wanted to show off how good I can sing, and two, it's also familiarity. As I'm saying that, I'm not saying the word probably the correct way, but I think people generally get a good sense of how good you are, or how good you can sing, or just whether or not they'll like you as an artist by hearing how you might perform a cover. Well, and how you might change the cover, because sometimes you don't want the cover to be so exact, and I don't think we did that at all. We want the cover to be so exact that you're listening to basically the same song. No. I've heard people who've done covers, and I mean, why did they bother? They didn't change anything. They didn't do anything. Right. On the flip side, you don't want to do something where it's completely not like, oh my gosh, what cover is this? I never even heard it. And then when you hear the chorus, you're like, that's what it was. Yeah. It doesn't sound anything. So I think. I think some people wait in nervous anticipation of parts of songs that they're well known. Like, for example, what the hell was the one we did? There's a part in that song where... Is it Respect? No. Or Be Me and Me? No. Keep going. Oh man, I can't remember. It was a high-pitched part of the song. Come on. I can't think of the names of my own songs. Let's see. Well, they're not yours. It isn't your song. They're not my song. That's even worse. There's Respect. There's the Hold On song, which was... Hold On Notes, that might be it. Is there a high part in that at the end that's very well known? No, that was...
I'll do anything.
Oh, yeah.
That part, right? So,
Right.
so there's a part at the end of that song, or is it in the middle, where you have to.
No, if they're all, everything is all at the end. I'll do anything that you want me to. Yeah. Ooh, that's bad. Good thing I'm not singing out loud now.
Take two.
Take two.
No, but it actually doesn't. I was waiting for that part in the song when we did it from you. I'll remember it. I'm sure. You know what we'll do? We'll stick a little text thing on there.
All right, I'll put it under the bottom.
Yeah,
to see.
It's late. But I was waiting for that, right? For this part, and when you did it, I was like, okay, that's passable, right?
So I did do it.
You did it.
Okay, fine.
You were happy with it, which means inherently I'm happy with it.
Oh yeah, because I'm never happy with it.
But more importantly, I was pretty confident that anybody that listens to it would be happy with it as well, and that's important because I was having this conversation about, you know, people creating covers to be, or even original music that's so jarring because they want to do something so different with it, but in the process they somewhat ruin it, right?
Well, you know, I kind of like that.
Yeah,
I kind of like. You know, sometimes sometimes depending on the song that you pick, it's just so iconic. Right. You can't really change it too much because you kill it because people are just listening for specific parts of either that there's parts belong in the song or whether or not you can actually do that. So they're looking for that. I mean, I wouldn't do that Minnie Riperton song, Loving You. Yeah. At the end of that song, you got, well, not even at the end, she does that. You gotta continue to do, you gotta pretty much do that, otherwise it's just a letdown because it's almost like you can't.
Right, but I mean, including these though on an album is a very crucial decision in the process though, right? I mean, is it a ratio that you would recommend? I mean, is it, you should definitely do at least one to show your chops or show your creativity?
No, I don't think you have to do a cover ever.
Specifically for what the genre that we were trying to go, like dance music. Dance music.
I don't know. I think you don't.
Well, are there covers in dance music?
Yeah,
they're not called covers. They're called remixes, right?
No. Well, remixes are remixes are the remix of the songs that you do. So you do a song and then they
you do it yourself.
Right.
Forget it.
But there is still covers. So people do cover other artists all the time just because you know it's an easy.
But is it applicable for dance music?
Well, in most cases, I think it's an easy in. Right? Okay. Because
it's not sampling.
No, I mean, it's not. So if you're an unknown artist like me, for instance, you're an unknown artist.
Not for long.
Not for long. Right. But if you're an unknown artist and you want to get into the music business, I guess, quicker than writing your own music, you do a cover of a song because it's easy recognizable, right? Easily recognizable.
Like,
and you know, it's something that if it's a good cover, it's easy to promote because people already heard it. Right. So you don't have to go into the specifics of talking about you and then your music. You're singing a song that's already got lead time out there. So people already know it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times I can't count on how many times I've heard a song that I had no idea was a cover.
Absolutely
right. And I was actually shocked. I mean, usually you hear these things when you're in the car, right? And you're like, you damn near crash into something. And you're like, whoa. Somebody ripped off this song, and I'm like, sounds kind of old, right? This is from the '60s, right? But it was done in the '80s.
Imagine listening to a song that you didn't know was a cover, liking the song, and then going back and hearing the original.
That's exactly.
To me, sometimes the cover is better than the original.
A perfect example. I don't want to drift off that. I heard it through the grapevine, right?
Yeah, but who did you
I heard Creedence Clearwater Revival's version of that way before whoever the hell. I don't even know who the hell sang that.
I think. Please, if this is wrong, I hope people, underneath write some comments. Yeah. But the version I heard, I don't know if I heard Creedence version. Creedence, sorry.
Right.
I didn't know. I think the one I heard is Gladys Knight.
Right. Gladys Knight, exactly. And when I heard
she's not the original.
I don't know. But using that as an example, right? When you guys think about the material that you're going to put on your album to do, covers are not a bad idea. There are some royalty things you got to get around. Don't ignore the the mundane legal aspect of it.
Exactly. You get a license to be able to use it, and then sometimes you want to use an artist's song.
Oh my God!
And you can't.
I thought so. Here, I think Will's pretty brilliant to begin with, but I remember when we first went out and played, right? And you played "Drowning in Your Eyes" for me.
Right.
I thought that he wrote this song. And I was like, we're going to be freaking millionaires, right? I was like, this song is...
Oh, just in case a lot of people don't know, there's a song called Drowning in Your Eyes on earlier record that I did. But the original artist is Ephraim Lewis, who is sadly passed on.
Yeah.
So I really liked his music. His sound is pretty much like what I do. So I wanted to pay some homage to him.
Yep.
So I decided I'd do this song called Drowning in Your Eyes, and it's a beautiful song if you get to listen to it.
It really is. And let's face it, we did a damn good job on that song.
I think we did a great job.
We did a lot. I mean, and that's a case where maybe a lot of people have never heard the original.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people have heard it because he died, the album came out, I think he died shortly after that, and it was aside from that song, there was nothing else on it, and I don't know how popular it was as a song back in the 80s. It came out in 1983 or 4.
Right.
So,
but I thought, I mean, no disrespect to the rest of that album of yours, but I thought that was the most killer song on the album.
Now, at least I get that song.
But I don't mean that in a bad way, right? Because there was originals on that album.
Right, but sometimes.
But it's hard to explain, right? Because you felt very passionate about
that you didn't know that was.
Oh my God, I was devastated when I found out that was a cover, because I was like, we're gonna rock this song live, right? And I put so much work into it. And he's like, that's a cover. I was like, yeah, right? So, and that's not the first time this happened to me. But anyway, the moral of the story for this week is, we wanted to give you guys some insight into if you're on the fence about whether or not you should include covers on your album.
I say go ahead and do it.
I think it's worthwhile. This
just
album,
be mindful of what you're doing, right? Make sure you pick the right covers for your voice and the right covers in that lend to the album. Just don't just pick random covers that don't do anything for the rest of the record.
But there's no harm in exceeding your potential limits, right? And shooting for something that maybe you didn't even know you could do. For example, right? Recorded an album with another girl who swore to me that she could not get a scream out of herself, right?
She couldn't.
What is that? Shattering.
Is it?
I'm sorry. My cat.
Oh,
has screwed us.
Oh, that's okay.
My cat. Sorry. Swore that I couldn't get a scream out of her, and she was doing a cover, and the song was about like the singer was pissed off. She was wronged, right? So as a producer, and we're doing a cover, I was like, well, I know it's not you, but you're trying to do respect to the cover and the source material. So I was actually saying stuff to her over like the microphone to piss her off, right? I said some nasty stuff to her, right? And I got her fired up. And damn if I didn't get an incredible take out of her, right? But the case in point is, there's something that wouldn't have happened if, as a producer, I didn't push some buttons, literally, right? But as a singer also, don't be afraid to explore, right? Yeah. I mean, yes, clearly you're going to probably pick covers that are meaningful to you. Yes. And ones that you know well, and ones that you sing just anyway, or listen to. But, there's take the opportunity to do something special as well. Because if it's that popular of a song, more than likely someone's already done it.
It's true, right. It's more than likely somebody's actually done the song, and it might be good also to hear other people who have done covers if you're doing something that's so popular. Right? So you can hear how they've done it, and if you're thinking of going out on a limb and doing it crazy, just know the type, I guess, of the song that you're doing. If it's something that's really, really, some songs you just can't cover and go crazy with because it just takes whole thing away from it. And then there's other songs you could turn around and go, man, I can do whatever I want to. That song is, you know. So I think you have to be mindful of that. But I also think, you know, if you're gonna do cover, you know, go for it. There's no harm in it. There's no harm in how many you do to put on an album. Some people do covers of the entire albums. You know,
let's face it, that's what this one practically
basically
is.
Right. I threw in a couple of originals.
Yeah. I mean, but that was the intent.
That was
right.
It's
a different type of album. I'm assuming that, you know, if you're considering, it depends on what you're doing, right? If you're going to do something specifically, the originals. I don't know how that equates in dance music, but I mean, with you, again, this was to showcase your vocals, and most, as we discussed before, most of this type of music is not very vocal heavy, at least with the intention of having lyrics or
right. There's great vocalists in dance music, but a lot of dance music sometimes is for the specific aspect of dancing. Right. So the person
that
in the
would
background,
probably be a good idea.
right. You wouldn't want to sit down and do nothing.
So anyway, we just wanted to do a little fireside chat this week. Wish you guys happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
We're glad you're with us, and we promise we're going to get into picking apart the songs.
Yes,
People are getting a little itchy.
Yeah, we kind of like to talk.
I hadn't noticed. Right?
Yeah. So thank you so much.
Anyway.
Happy holidays.
Yep. See you next week.